Hello, Jose. Good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Can you listen to me?
Yes, teacher, I can hear you.
Okay, that's great. Now, like the moon, right? Oh, no, that's it. Let me fix this. Give me one moment, please.
Okay, teacher.
Okay, so welcome. Thank you for being on time. Thank you for being here. It is time for us to start with another class. But first of all, I would love to see you guys. If you can open your cameras, that would be amazing. So I'll get to see you. That would be great. Let me know if you can open your cameras. Great, great. That's amazing. And to get started, or before to get started, I would like to know how you guys doing. How was your day today? So let me ask Xiomara. Hi, Xiomara. Good evening. How was your day today?
Hi, teacher. Acá conectándome.
Okay, okay. And how was your day?
Excuse me?
How was your day?
Um, Very good.
Was good?
Yes.
Okay, okay. That's great. Thank you for sharing. What about you, Eric? How was your day today?
Fine,
Fine. Why?
because it's Friday.
It's Friday, yeah. Thanks God it's Friday. So, do you guys have heard that expression, TGF? TGF. Have you heard that expression before? Let me send it on the chat. TGS, which means that one on the chat. TGF. Thanks God it's Friday. Thank God it's Friday. Cool. That was great. So let me ask Jesus. Jesus, how was your day today? Was good? Was tired? Was complex? How was it?
Good, good days.
Great, great. That's great. And what about you, Jose? How was your day?
My day, it was a little busy. I feel a little bit tired because yesterday I have went to work at La Barra de Santiago. So I feel tired.
Yeah, I can tell that you feel tired. But once again, you have weekends off. So, I mean, you will have all weekend to get some rest. So we
It's a
envy you too
place
much.
very hot.
Yeah, right. Let's hope that tomorrow gets that we can get a better weather, like a little bit cold, a little bit windy maybe, because we're in October and we don't feel like it's October, right? Okay, cool. And finally, let me ask the last two, Jacqueline. Good evening, Jacqueline. How are you doing? How was your day today?
I'm fine. I'm very happy. Now, how my science fair in my work and the school.
Okay, Okay, that's great. That's really great. Thank you for sharing. And finally, let me ask Jose Antonio. I cannot see you, Jose Antonio. I cannot see you, Irene, Gabriela, Marjorie, Evelyn, Daniela, Emily, Xenia, Salma. I cannot see you. Please open your camera so I can see you. There you go. Thank you. So, Jose Antonio, how was your day today?
Hi, teacher.
Hi, good evening. How was your day, Jose?
My name?
No, how was your day? It
Oh.
was good, it was bad.
Oh, very good. Happy. Um, Great. Um, es descanso, mi descanso, mi descanso.
Okay, thank you for sharing. Thank you guys for sharing. I'm always asking you this for two reasons. The first one, because I would like to know, I always like to know how was your day, if you had a good day, if you had a bad day, but also it is because you get the opportunity to speak about something that you know about your day. So you have the opportunity to practice in a different environment with new vocabulary, with your own things. So thank you for sharing, guys. The ones that always participate, thank you for doing that. And if I ask you, please feel free to give us an answer as well and try to give us as many details as is possible because that's more practice for you as well. So that being said, guys, it is time for us to get into today's topic. We have a different topic for today. It is my understanding that on Wednesday you were working on these different activities, but we had one pending activity, which was this one, reading number 9. Am I correct? Did you complete this activity or it is still pending? This one? 11, ready. Skim the guide where you can have some tea. Did you complete this reading or you didn't? Guys? Did we or we didn't? Yes? No?
With compliments.
You did it? Yes?
Yes.
That's great. Thank you. So then we can move on and start with the next topic that we have for today. And this one is related to I had a good time. I had a good time. And as you can tell, we're talking about past. We're talking about past. What would be the objectives for this unit number 14? Simple. It will be discuss past weekend activities and discuss past vacation activities. So during this unit, we will be able to talk about some things that happened in the past. So we will be able to understand about past tenses, how we can elaborate different sentences in past. We are going to learn about verbs, what changes, regular, irregular verbs. So this is going to be really fun, really entertaining, and also really helpful, which is the most important thing, that it will be really helpful because we will be able to speak about things that already happened. The first activity that we have for this one, it is snapshot. It is a listen and practice activity. Here on the screen, you guys can see things to do on the weekend. Let me ask you before we listen to the recording. Out of the activity, no, let's do the following. Let's go ahead and listen to the recording, pay close attention to the recording, and then we're going to discuss the activities that we have right there, okay? So we're going to listen the recording right now. So let me share the audio. And please let me know ones that you can listen to the recording. Here we go.
Unit 14.
Can we listen the recording?
Yes, teacher.
Yes,
Yes,
teacher.
teacher.
Thank you. So let's pay close attention. Let's follow the recording and let's check the pictures that we have on the screen and the activities that they are performing. So here we go.
I had a good time. Page 92. Exercise 1. Snapshot. Listen and practice. Things to do on the weekend.
Answer email. Clean the house. Do the laundry. Exercise.
Go grocery shopping. Visit relatives. Wash the car. Work or study.
Okay. Now I want to please pay close attention to the pronunciation that we got for the different activities. We're going to play the recording once again, but please try to follow the reading. So in your house, with your microphone off, repeat the words just for yourself. Okay. Listen to what he is saying and repeat it, but just to yourself. Okay. Once again, here we go.
Unit 14. I had a good time. Page 92. Exercise 1. Snapshot. Listen and practice. Things to do on the weekend.
Answer email. Clean the house. Do the laundry. Exercise.
Go grocery shopping. Visit relatives. Wash the car. Work or study.
Okay, perfect. If we were able to pay close attention to the pronunciation and also to the different activities, here comes a question. And the question is, out of the activities that we have on screen, the ones that we can see on screen, what activities do you do on the weekends? What activities do you do on weekends? Is there any activity that we have there that you do during the weekend? If so, please raise your hand and tell us. Oh, I do the laundry every single weekend and I like or I don't like. Thank you for raising your hand. If you want to participate, please raise your hand as Jose just did. So Jose, what activity do you do on weekends?
I usually do on weekend answer email, clean the house, do the laundry, go grocery to shopping, sometimes work or study.
Okay, just be careful with that one. Go grocery shopping. Go grocery shopping. Okay, cool. So you have a lot of activities to do during the weekend. So, but you sleep as well, right? You sleep a lot.
Yes.
Yeah, that's important.
Lo-
So now let me ask, we have Jacqueline. So Jacqueline, out of the activities that we have right there, what activities do you do on weekends?
I usually clean the house, do the laundry, sometimes visit relatives.
Okay. Guys, pay close attention to the way that Jacqueline answered. She said, I usually do this, that, and that. That's a way that we can answer and we can give an appropriate answer to this kind of question. I usually do this, this, and that. Thank you, Jacqueline. And we also have Kimberly. So Kimberly, let me ask you, out of the activities that we have, what are the activities that you do on weekend?
Okay, I usually do the laundry and go grocery shopping, but I like go grocery shopping.
Okay. Just Kimberly, be careful with the pronunciation of grocery. 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 Okay? Thank you. And do we have someone else? Someone else? Come on, guys. Feel free to raise your hand and share what do you do on weekends. We have Marta. So Marta, please tell us.
Teacher, pero si se me puede repetir cómo es el inicio. I usually.
Yes, you can say I usually do the laundry on weekends, or I usually exercise on weekends. Mhm. Let me
Entonces es I usually the laundry the weekends.
give me 1 second. I'm typing that the question or how we can answer. I usually do let me see here. We can say something like this. I usually do the laundry on weekends. Okay. I usually clean the house on weekends.
I usually do the laundry the weekend, clean the house, do the laundry, and exercise.
Okay. So you're active during the weekends. Okay, that's really great. Thank you. So just be careful with that. I usually do the laundry on weekends and clean the house and exercise. Okay, so we gotta give like structure to the answer so we can understand that you do this and then you do this and then you do this. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
No, thank you for participating. Now we have Cecilia. Cecilia, out of the activities that we have on screen, what activities do you do on weekends?
I usually do visit relatives and relatives on weekends and go groceries shopping.
Okay, thank you. Now, here comes another question related to the same thing. Those are the activities that we do on weekends because we have to, because it's our responsibility, right? We have to. But out of the activities that we do, is there any activity that you like to do, that you do it willingly? Like you said, oh, I have to do this and I enjoy doing that activity. Out of the activities that we have on the screen, can you please share what activity do you enjoy or like to do on weekends? If there's any activity and you wanted to share, please raise your hand and share it with the class. Thank you, Daniela. What is the activity that you like to do on weekends?
Okay, I enjoy to visit my relatives on weekend.
Okay. So you get to speak with your relatives and you go to a new place. That's good. That's really good. Is there any other activity, guys, that you enjoy doing during the weekend? No? If you ask me, I enjoy work or study during the week. Nah, I'm just kidding. I don't like to work on Saturdays, but I have to, and on Sundays too. But I do it. I have to. Okay. And what about you guys? Do you have any other activity? I don't know. There's some people that they enjoy cleaning the house, they enjoy washing the car, or working out, or doing exercise. No? None of you?
No. On weekends, I like to 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 make exercise.
Okay. You like to exercise. Okay. I
like
like to exercise.
I like to exercise.
Yes, there are two ways that we can say the same thing. The first one, it is, I like to exercise. And there's another way that we can say, I enjoy or I like to work out. Work out. Let me type that word on the chat as well. I like exercise or I like work out. Work out. It's basically the same thing when you go to the gym, you're working out. Alison, please share what activity you enjoy doing during the weekend.
I enjoy to study because I can do illustrations and improve more.
Okay, that's great. Yes, and that's a really great mentality. If you study, I mean, you're becoming better and you know something that other people don't, right? So yes, this is a really great way to invest your time off. And guys, is there any other activity that is not right here that you do or that you love to do during the weekend? For example, if you ask me, I enjoy to watch movies during the weekend. I cannot because I do not have time, but I enjoy it. What about you? Is there any other activity that you enjoy doing on the weekend?
A little nap. No sé si se pronuncia así, nap too.
So you like to take naps. Okay, that's great. Someone else?
I enjoy play the guitar and read.
Okay, really nice activities. Play the guitar and read. Okay, cool. No one else? We have Ernesto.
I sometimes, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I,
No,
I
go
enjoy,
Sometimes
I
I go
enjoy,
to the church.
okay, I enjoy getting up late and watching my favorite series of TV.
Okay, yeah. You deserve it, right? You work all week, so you deserve to get up late and watch TV. Okay, that's perfect. Thank you for sharing. What was your comment, Marta?
Sometimes I go to the church.
Okay, that's great. Yeah, we gotta take time for do the important things. That's amazing. Well, thank you guys for sharing what you enjoy doing during the weekends. And here, before moving on, let me ask you guys, out of the vocabulary that we have right here, out of the reading, the listening, the practice that we just had, the comments from your classmates, is there something that is not clear? Is there any new word that you found or that you would like to know what it means? Or is it everything clear? Clear?
It's clear, teacher.
Okay, perfect. If it's clear, we can move on to the next activity because we have a conversation. Did you have a good weekend? Did you have a good weekend? We have a listen and practice activity. We're going to listen the conversation and please guys, let's do the following. I'm going to play the recording right now and I need you to follow the reading. Let's follow the reading and pay close attention to the pronunciation. And there's something that I've been telling you guys since day one, and it is important for us to try to do it. When they are reading, they use intonation and they respect the punctuation. We gotta try to do that so we can read, maybe not in a similar way, but we can read like trying to imitate the same way that they do. So please pay close attention when they make different pauses or when they are like giving different intonation to the reading that we're going to listen right now. So please listen and pay close attention to the reading and the pronunciation. I'm going to play the recording right now. Let me know if you can listen.
Page 92.
Can you?
Yes,
Yes,
teacher.
teacher.
Yes, teacher.
Perfect. So let's follow the reading. Turn off your microphone and try to repeat it. Then we're going to do it. We're going to do some practice. So I'm going to call some of you so we can perform this reading like in front of all the group. So here we go.
Exercise 2. Conversation. Did you have a good weekend? Listen and practice.
Hi, Yuna. Did you have a good weekend?
Well, I had a busy weekend, so I'm a little tired.
Really? Why?
Well, on Saturday, I exercised in the morning. Then I cleaned the apartment, did the laundry, and went shopping. And in the evening, I visited my parents.
And what did you do on Sunday?
I studied for our test all day.
Oh, no. I didn't study for the test. I just watched TV shows all weekend.
Okay, so he's in trouble, right? He didn't study for the test. Now, let's pay close attention one more time, and I want you guys to pay close attention to the way that they make the questions or how do they pronounce questions. Because they say, did you have a good weekend? And they give like intonation at the end of the sentence because they want to make clear that it is a question because we're able to understand that he is asking something. And at the end, if you were able to notice on this particular expression, oh no, it sounds like exaggerate, right? But that's the proper way to say it because there's an exclamation mark right there. So, oh no, it sounds funny. Yes, I know, but we gotta try to do it the same way so we can give like intonation and we can give sense to the reading and to the conversation that we will be performing. Let's listen one more time and try to pay close attention to that. How do they pronounce or how do they make emphasis on questions and also with the exclamation mark and also the punctuation, of course, right? So here we go.
Page 92. Exercise 2. Conversation. Did you have a good weekend? Listen and practice.
Hi, Yuna. Did you have a good weekend?
Well, I had a busy weekend, so I'm a little tired.
Really? Why?
Well, on Saturday, I exercised in the morning. Then I cleaned the apartment, did the laundry, and went shopping. And in the evening, I visited my parents.
And what did you do on Sunday?
I studied for our test all day.
Oh, no. I didn't study for the test. I just watched TV shows all weekend.
So that's never going to happen to us, right? Because we studied every single weekend. You always are going to be ready for test. Okay, so now let's do the following because I wanted to listen to you guys. I want to listen that you were paying attention to the reading and since we played the recording twice, so you're experts right now on this particular reading. I'm going to need two of you to help me out reading the conversation. One of you, it's going to be Sean, and the next one, it's going to be Yuna. So I need two of you. And let me see. So the first one, it's going to be Natalia, and Yuna, it's going to be Diana, okay? And then we're going to call another two to help us with the same reading. So do not lower your hand. Keep it raised. Raise your hand and leave it as it is, okay? First, Natalia and Diana. So please, go.
Hi, Juna. Did you have a weekend?
Well, I had a busy weekend, so I'm a little tired.
Really? Why?
Well, on Saturday, I exercised in the morning, then I cleaned the apartment, did the laundry, and went shopping. And in the evening, I visit my parents.
And what did you do on Sunday?
I studied for our test all day.
Oh no, I didn't study for the test. I just watched a TV show and all weekend.
Okay, thank you, thank you. Really nice reading, and I really like the fluency that you show in this particular the one that it's longer, Diana. Really nice, and also the effort that you were doing, Natalia, like trying to pronounce the or make emphasis on questions. So Diana, just be careful on this one. On the second one, when it says where it says, well, I had a busy weekend. Okay, busy, and also I'm not going to like give you a different pronunciation of this one because we haven't learned that yet. So on the next topic, we're going to like make emphasis on how to pronounce the verbs in past, like visited, exercise, or studied. But we're going to focus on that on the next activity. So thank you for your participation. Now let's see if Ernesto can be Sean and Kimberly can be Yuna. Please go.
Hi, Yuna. Did you have a good weekend?
Well, I have a busy weekend, so I'm a little tired.
Really? Why?
Well, on Saturday, I exercised in the morning, then I cleaned the apartment, did the laundry, and went shopping. And in the evening, I visited my parents.
And what didn't you do on Sunday?
I studied for art test all day.
Oh no, I didn't study for the test. I just watched the TV show all weekend.
Okay. Nice performance, Ernesto. Really nice. Thank you. And you as well, because I really like, guys, how you're trying to get the fluency when you're reading like longer sentences or different sentences. That's really great. That's really great. And also, Ernesto, I was able to notice that you pronounce like the question mark as it has to be. Really? Why? Did you have a good weekend? Just be careful on this one, Kimberly, because you said I'm studied. I'm studied. No, I studied. I just that. Other than that, you're reading really great. Thank you. And for the last one, we need two more. We only have one, Jose, who is going to be Sean. And Daniela, thank you. Please go.
Hi, Yuna. Did you have a good weekend?
Well, I had a busy weekend, so I'm a little tired.
Really? Why?
Well, on Saturday, exercised in the morning, then I cleaned the apartment, did the laundry, and went shopping. And in the evening, I visited my parents.
And what did you do on Sunday?
I studied for our test all day.
Oh no, I didn't study for the test. I just watched a TV show all the weekend.
Okay, thank you. Really nice reading, guys. Really nice reading. And yes, I really like to see how you're trying to respect punctuation and also exclamation and question marks. That's really amazing. Keep doing that because that will be really helpful for you. What we're going to do is this. We're going to perform this conversation all together, but we're not going to open the microphone because if all of us open the microphone, we won't understand. So I'm going to read it, but I want to see on your cameras that your lips are moving, okay? That you're pronouncing and following the reading. Don't just no. Try to do it, okay? No mimic, no mimic. Just try to do it at home. So here we go. Hi, Juna. Did you have a good weekend? Wanted to see your lips moving. Yours as well, Ernesto. Okay. Next one. Well, I had a busy weekend, so I'm a little tired.
Really? Why?
Well, On Saturday, I exercised in the morning, then I cleaned the apartment, did the laundry, and went shopping. And in the evening, I visited my parents.
And what did you do on Sunday?
I studied for our test all day.
Oh no, I didn't study for the test. I just watched TV shows all weekend.
Okay, thank you guys. So I really hope that you were doing the same activity at home because the more we practice, we familiarize with words and also we process this information a little bit better. Perfect. That being said, and out of the conversation, the practice, and everything that we just checked related to this particular conversation, let me ask you, is there any question? Is there any new word? Is there something that you would like to ask so we can go deeper, so we can take another look? Is there any question that you may have, guys? Any comment? Yes? No? Thumbs up? Thumbs down?
No, teacher.
Okay, so thumbs up, right? Thumbs up. Thumbs up? Okay. Thumbs down? No, right? Thumbs up. I like that. I like it. So let's move to the next activity that we have for today. And for this one, I'm going to need, guys, your undivided attention. Undivided attention. You know what it means, undivided attention? That you need to be 100% focused on this particular topic, which is grammar focus. Simple past statements, regular verbs. Here we have something really great. And it is simple past. We have a recording that we're going to play so we can follow the reading and the examples that we have right here. And then we're going to get a little bit more deeper on why do we need to learn this and why it is important. So I'm going to play the recording, follow the reading. If you want to repeat it, that will be amazing. But let's do the following. Pay close attention to the verbs that we have right here. This one, the verbs. Pay close attention and try to identify if the way that they pronounce it and if it is different to the way that you try to do it. Try to pay close attention to the ending sound. What is the ending sound? The last two words. For example, on this one, ed, 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 once again, ed, ed, ed. Try to pay close attention and see if you are able to identify the way that they pronounce the ending sound. So here we go. Let's listen to the recording and then we get deeper with the examples. Let me know if you can listen.
Page 93.
Can you?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, teacher.
Perfect. So let's pay close attention to everything, of course, but in particular to the ending sounds of the verbs. Go.
Exercise 3. Grammar focus. Simple past statements. Regular verbs.
I stayed home. I didn't stay home.
You watched a TV show. You didn't watch a game.
She exercised on Saturday. She didn't exercise on Sunday.
We studied English. We didn't study math.
They shopped for groceries. They didn't shop for clothes.
Didn't equals did not.
Spelling.
Stay. Stayed. S-T-A-Y-E-D.
Watch. Watched. W-A-T-C-H-E-D.
Exercise. exercised. E-X-E-R-C-I-S-E-D.
Study. Studied. S-T-U-D-I-E-D.
Shop. Shopped. S-H-O-P-P-E-D.
Okay. So guys, here we have a couple of examples related to simple past statements. Why do we use simple past? Simple past, we use it to talk about things that already happened. Things that happened in the past. Like the first one, I stayed at home when? Maybe yesterday, maybe today in the morning. It's something that already happened. You can say it as well. I worked all day. Are you working right now? No, you worked in the past. So that's why we use simple past statements. Regular verbs. Why regular verbs? Because they follow a rule. And what is the rule for regular verbs? That you only add ed at the end of the verb. So that's basically, for example, the examples that we have right here on the spelling here. Right here, spelling. Stay is the verb, right? Stay. What is the rule? That we only add ed at the end to use it in the past form. Stayed. Stayed. The next one, watch. I watch a movie. Or I'm watching a movie if I'm doing it right now, right? But if you want to speak, or you want to share something that you already did, I watch the news today morning or in the morning. I watch. The only thing that we add is ed at the end. Exercise, it's the same thing. And if you can tell, if you can see, they follow the same rule. We only add ed at the end. But there's something that you gotta notice right here, guys, and it's on this one. Study. Study. We add something else because at the end of study we have why. Can we add just ed at the end of study? No, we need to change it, that Y, to an I. And then we add ed, study, study. With shop, something similar happens. But on that one, we're going to check a little bit deeper on the grammar plus details. One thing that you gotta notice right here, that we're using contraction. Contraction. Didn't. Didn't. And it is a contraction for did not. What is a contraction? So we use the word like did not, and we make it shorter. We make it shorter using didn't. Let's read the examples that we have right here. First, let's play the recording one more time, and then we are going to read the examples. So once again, pay close attention to the way that they pronounce the verbs, because we gotta make emphasis on the pronunciation of the verbs. Why? Because if we don't pronounce the verbs in past in a proper way, the other person won't understand that we're talking about something that already happened. And they might get confused and think that we're talking about something that is happening right now or something that will happen. So please pay close attention to the pronunciation of the verbs. Then we are going to practice. We are going to do it. So let's listen the recording one more time.
Page 93. Exercise 3. Grammar focus. Simple past statements. Regular verbs.
I stayed home. I didn't stay home.
You watched a TV show. You didn't watch a game.
She exercised on Saturday. She didn't exercise on Sunday.
We studied English. We didn't study math.
They shopped for groceries. They didn't shop for clothes.
Didn't equals did not.
Okay, we're going to make a pause right here because now it is the time for us to put into practice what we've been listening on the recordings. So I'm going to ask you guys to help me out reading the sentences that we have right there. So I'm going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 volunteers to read the first one, the second one, the third one, the fourth one, and the number 5. And I do have already a couple of volunteers. I need you guys to try to participate as much as you can. If you haven't participated, feel free to raise your hand and we're going to give you the option to participate. The more you practice, the better. So for the first one, let me see. We're going to ask Jacqueline, number 1. Please read number 1. Do not lower your hand, guys. Keep it as you have it right now.
Okay. I stay home. I didn't stay home.
Okay. Let's pay close attention to the pronunciation of the verb. I stayed. We gotta pronounce that D at the end. I stayed home. Stayed.
I stayed home.
Mhm.
Stayed.
Yes. I'm exaggerating the pronunciation so you can listen to it. But when we're saying it, we say, I stayed home, stayed home, stayed home, stayed. Stayed.
Stayed.
Yes, thank you. What about number 2? For number 2, we're going to ask Xenia. Xenia, please read number 2.
You watched a TV show.
Okay, continue. Here we have a compliment.
You didn't watch a game.
Okay. Once again, we gotta be really careful with the pronunciation of the verb. You watch the there's a D sound at the end. You watch TV show. You didn't watch a game. Watch the. I'm exaggerating once again so you can identify the ending sound of that particular word. You watch the. What about number 3? For number 3, we have Marta. Marta, can you please read number 3?
Okay. She exercised on Saturday. She didn't exercise on Sunday.
Okay, that was good. Thank you. What about the next one? Let me ask Natalia. Can you please read number 4?
We studied English. We didn't study math.
Okay, thank you. And can you repeat just the first part one more time, please?
We studied English.
We studied. Yes, well done. Yes. With the verbs in past, guys, there are 3 different ending sounds. We are going to get deeper a little bit later on. Right now is for you just to identify that the pronunciation it is different. But with the verbs in past, there are 3 different ending sounds: D, ed, or t at the end. We're not making that emphasis right now because we just need for you to identify that the sound is different, okay? We're going to get a little bit more deeper on the following examples and on the following lessons. What about the last one? We need someone for the last one. Let me ask Kimberly. Can you please read the last one? Kimberly?
Sorry, my microphone. They shopped for groceries. They didn't shop for clothes.
They shopped for groceries, okay? They didn't shop for clothes. Thank you. And we need one valiente. We need one valiente right here. to help us with the spelling. We're not going to ask you to spell the verbs, but to read it. Just read the verbs in simple present and then in past. And let me see, it seems that we have someone. We have, let's see. We have Ernesto. Ernesto, can you please read the first three? And then Jose, you read the last two, okay? No, give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Let's do the following. Ernesto, can you please read them all? And then we're going to listen to you, Jose. Read them all as well. Please go.
Tail. Tail. Watch. Watch. Exercise. Exercise. Study. Study. Shop. Shop.
Okay, thank you.
Spelling. Spelling too.
Can you please, we're going to read them all together at the end, okay? So can you please try, Jose?
Excuse me, teacher, what I have to do?
Oh, you're
It's
going
the
to,
same that Ernesto did,
yes,
or
yes,
what?
the same. No, the same.
Okay. Stay. Stayed. Watch. Watched. Exercise. Exercised. Study. Studied. Shop. Shopped.
Yes, thank you. So guys, as you can see on the verbs that we have right here, we have different pronunciations. And you can clearly see that one on the first one and on number 1, 2, 3, and on number 4. For example, the first one says stayed, stayed, the. There's a D at the end. Watch, watch, watch. Exercise, exercise. There's a D. But pay close attention to this one. Study, study. And look in past. Study, study. It's like an ED at the end, right? Shop, shopped. And we're going to get a little bit more deeper on that one on the following instructions that we have right here. So let's get with, see, the grammar plus.
Teacher,
Yes?
how do you pronounce igual? Did igual.
Which one?
Did el igual. How do you pronounce in English?
Equal? This one?
Igual, así.
Equal. Yep.
Igual. Did igual, did not. Okay.
Yeah. Didn't, equal, did not. Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, sure. And here we have some rules that we gotta understand so we can use it in a proper way. I'm going to need 2 volunteers, 2 of you, to help me out reading, just to read this, the first one, and then the second one. So guys, please, if you haven't participated yet, raise your hand. We're here to learn. So it will be great if you raise your hand and you help us out with the reading. I need 2 volunteers just to read. Two volunteers. Okay, we have Jose Antonio. Can you please read the first one?
The use simple.
Yes.
Okay. Use simple past verb to talk about the past. Regular verb and watched TV last night. For verb ending in I at the life for verb ending in vowel plus consonant W the consonant and add it, shop, shop. Use didn't.
Just that one. Just that one. Thank you. Thank you, Jose. Let's be careful with some of the pronunciations that we have right here. We're going to read it and pay close attention to this because this is really important. It says, use simple past verbs to talk about the past. What we already mentioned, right? We use it to talk about things that already happened. Regular verbs end in ed. Ed. I watched the TV last night. For verbs ending in E, we add just did. And here we have the first example. Lived, lived. But for this one, guys, I really need to pay close attention for this one, for the last one. For verbs ending in vowel plus consonant, double the consonant and add ed. And here we have the first example, shop. The last word of shop, it is a vowel or it is a consonant, P. P, it is a vowel or a consonant?
Consonant.
Consonant.
Consonant. And what about O? Is it a vowel or a consonant?
Vowel.
Vowel.
Vowel. And here we have,
Vowel.
yes, thank you. Here we have the rule for verbs ending in vowel plus consonant. Here, we identify that it follows the rule, vowel and consonant. What do we have to do? Double the consonant and add ed. So for this example in particular, we gotta add another P plus ed. So that's why we have shop with double P, because of the rule says for this type of verbs, we gotta add another consonant and ed. Okay? And now it sounds tricky, and it sounds like, oh, but when do I have to do that? In verbs like the ones that we have right there. There are some exceptions, guys, and I want to mention this right now because that question, you will have that question for sure. With this type of verbs, there's always rules. To understand that, there are rules that we have to follow. But in English, there are tons, a lot of exceptions. So even though it is a rule, it's not going to be mandatory for every single verb. There's going to be exceptions on the rule. But for this one, it follows the rule. Shop, we add another P, ed. Let's read the second one. And I'm going to need someone else to help me out reading the second one. Use didn't. I need another volunteer. Another volunteer. If you haven't participated, please, guys, feel free to do it.
Mi teacher.
Okay, thank you. Go.
Solo una consulta, ¿cómo se dice el signo más?
Plus.
Plus, okay.
Plus, yeah.
Use didn't plus but for in negative statements. The for doesn't change. He didn't shop for groceries yesterday. Not he didn't shop it for groceries yesterday.
Okay. This is another way that we can use simple past. Just be careful on that one, Marta. Let me see what was statements. Statements. Negative statements. This one. Statements. Let's listen to this rule, guys. Use didn't plus base form in negative statements. The form doesn't change. So here's another way that we can use simple past. Whenever we're talking about things that already happened, we can use didn't. In the verb, it remains the same. It means we do not have to add ed when we are using didn't. If we are using didn't, the verb remains the same in its base form. And here we have the example. He didn't shop for groceries yesterday. So we cannot say he didn't shop for groceries yesterday. That's redundancy. And also that's double, that we are adding two different simple paths to the same sentence and makes no sense. It is not grammatically correct and it makes no sense at all. So whenever we use didn't, the verb remains the same. Okay? So guys, out of the two rules, because we just checked two rules right here, is there any question, or do you think that we need to get a little bit of practice so we can see if we got clear the rules that we just analyzed? Is there any question so far? If there's something that is not clear, guys, please ask me, or you can send me a text as well, but ask me. Do not remain with the question. Please feel free to ask so we can be in the same page. If there's no questions, so now it's
No
the time.
question, teacher.
Okay, thank you. So now it is the time for something that we love, and we love that. You know what's that, right? Practice, exercises. We're going to do it all together. So I'm going to need someone to help me out reading the instructions that we have right here. Just the instructions. I need someone to help me out reading the instructions. Instructions. We have Cecilia. Cecilia, please help us out reading the instructions. Here. Your microphone?
Excuse me.
Okay.
Maya wrote an email to a friend. Complete the sentence with the simple past form of the verbs in parentheses.
In parentheses.
In
Parentheses.
parentheses.
Thank you. Here we have the email that we gotta complete. We gotta fill the blanks using the verbs that we have in parentheses. There's something that we gotta do whenever we have this type of exercise. We gotta read the context. We gotta read what comes before and what goes after the blank space, so we can have an idea about what or how we can add that verb. And here we have the first example. I'm going to need someone to help me out reading just the example. From here, I until weekend. We have Jose Antonio. Can you please read just the example, starting from I until weekend?
I didn't do.
Yes. Just read from here, from I until weekend.
I didn't do anything special this weekend.
Thank you. Thank you. So guys, as you can see, right here we're using didn't do. And the verbs that we got in parentheses are not do. So if we see not and we see do, of course that we assume and we understand that it's negative, right? Because we got not do. We cannot say I did something because we have a big not right there. So of course that we add didn't do anything. Do remains the same, right? Because we're using didn't. What about the second one? We have but, I, and we have have. What do we have to do right there? Do we have to keep have? Do we make any change? What do you guys think?
But I had a lot of fun. Had.
Thank you. Had, which is the past form of have. Let me send it on the chat. Have, the past form of have. but I had a lot of fun because we're talking about something that already happened, right? Already happened. What about the next one? I out on Friday. What do we have here? We have not go.
I
What was
didn't
that?
go.
Didn't go. Yes, that's correct. Why do we keep go and we didn't go? Yes, there you go. So as Ernesto sent it on the chat, we just need to add didn't go. Go remains the same because we're using didn't, right? I didn't go out on Friday night. What goes next?
I
I
stayed home.
stayed home. Yes. So let me send it on the chat as well so you can complete it. Yes, thank you, Ernesto. Stayed home. I stayed home. On the next one, we have in parentheses clean. My room. So what do we have to do with clean? Do we keep it as it is? Do we add didn't or what? We have two answers. We have clean from Evelyn and we have cleaned with double N from Ernesto. And we have clean with one N from Kimberly. Which one is the correct one? Let's do the following. Let's pay close attention. We have clean with one N and we have clean with two N. Raise your hand if you think that we gotta use two N's on clean. Raise your hand if you think that we gotta use two N's. Let me see. Let's see. No one believes that we gotta use two N? Okay. Now, raise your hand if you think that we gotta use just one N. We got two. All of you, most of the time, yes. And then you're totally correct. We gotta use just one N. Why? Remember, guys, we were talking about rules and exceptions, right? Clean, it's one of the exceptions in order to add another vowel, another consonant, in this case, an ED. So yes, we gotta use clean with just one N. Thank goodness. What about the next one? Here we go. Clean my room and the laundry. The laundry. What do we have to do with do? Do we keep it as it is? Do we change something?
I did.
I did. Yes, that's correct because we gotta use it on its past form. And the past of do, it is did. We don't use didn't because we don't have not there, right? So we just say, my room and did the laundry. Yes, well done. What about the next one? We have I help my sister. What do we have to do with help? Help.
Both.
Help. We have one comment from Kimberly. Do you guys agree with help? Help. Do we have to add anything else? Do we have to add another P to help? No, right? We just keep it as it is with ED. We just add ED at the end. Help. Great. I hope you're taking notes, guys. My sister with her homework. And then we have what? What do we do with watch? What's the past form of watch?
Watched.
Yes, we just need to add ed at the end in this case, right? Then we watch our favorite series on Saturday. Next one. Second on Saturday. My friend Lori, we have come over. But come is in present. What's the past form of come?
Came.
Came. There you go. Natalia already sent it on the chat. Came. Thank you, Renee, as well. Came. My friend Lori came over. Perfect. She, we have need some new shoes. What do we do with need? Do we add another D or we just add ED?
ED.
We just add ED to need. So she needed some new shoes. Perfect. Next one, we have take. So we take the bus downtown. What's the past form of take?
Took.
Took. Why took and no taken?
Take is in present. Took in past.
Yes, the way as Kimberly sent it. T-O-O-K. Took. Took. And why this one we don't add ed? Ed, because a verb in past, we just need to add ed, right? But why would this one is different? Why took no take?
It
It's
is
not.
a irregular verb.
There you go. There you go. It's not following the rule, right? Because it is an irregular verb. We have regular verbs that follows the rule, and we have irregular verbs like take that do not follow the rule. Thank you. So we took the bus downtown to Dot's shoe store. We shop for a long time. Shop. Shop. What do we do with shop? We have one comment right here from shopped. Double P-E-D. From Kimberly. Double P-E-D. We have Renette with the same thing. Double P-E-D. Yes, right? In this case, it follows the rule. We add another P plus ED. Shopped. Shopped. So please take note of that. Here, for a long time. But Lori, we have not and we have like. So we know what it means, right? If we see not, what do we have to do?
Didn't like.
Didn't like, yes. As long as we identify not, right away, we know that the verb like remains the same. We do not change the verb. The only thing that we do is add didn't. Didn't. But Lori didn't like any of the new shoes at Dot's. Cool. We have she and we have buy in parentheses. So what do we have to do with buy? Do we have
She bought.
Bought.
Bought? She bought. And why do we use bought and not buy with ed? What happens with buy? Is it regular? Irregular. Yes, that's correct. Once again, regular verbs follows the rule ed at the end. Irregular verbs do not follow the rule. Perfect. But how are we going to identify when it's a regular and irregular verb? Well, on that one, we gotta do some research. Why? Because on Google, if we Google, we can get a list of regular verbs and irregular verbs. There are a lot of regular and irregular verbs. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring a list to you, a PDF list that I have where you can find regular and irregular verbs. This one, it's a matter of memorization. You gotta see the verb and you automatically will say, this is regular and this is not regular. So I'm going to share that PDF with you so you can take note of that or you can study. So we were talking about buy some purple socks. But she, once again, we see in parentheses, not buy. So immediately we know that we have to.
She didn't buy.
Didn't buy. Yes, that's correct. Automatically we know that we have to say, but she didn't buy any shoes. Great. On our way back to my house, we stop. What happens with stop? What happens with stop? Yes.
Add P-E-D.
Do we add another P, E-D? Yes or no? Raise your hand if you think that we have to add another P in ED. Raise your hand, guys. Want to see your hands. Who agrees and who disagrees? We have 3. We have 3. We have 7. Do you guys agree? Because I see like 8 now. Then you're totally correct, guys. We add another P and we add ED. Yes. Well done. Next one. Let me move it a little bit. Here we go. Stop at the gym and we have exercise in parentheses. What do we do with exercise? We already have an E at the end, right? So we only have to add D. Yes, we just add D at the end of exercise. Exercise. Duh, duh. Perfect. Next one. We not exercise. So of course that we already know that if we see not, we just need to
Didn't exercise.
didn't exercise. There you go. Didn't exercise very hard. I, and we have invite in parentheses. Thank you, Ernesto. There you go. I invited. Yes, William. Yes, Kimberly. Invited. Invited Lori for dinner. And my dad, we have cooked. In parentheses. Cook. Is cooked regular or irregular verb? Do we keep it as it is? Do we add ed? What do we do with cook? What do you guys think? Do we
It's
keep it?
regular.
It's a regular verb.
And if it is a regular verb, what do we have to do? What do we have to add?
We have to add ed at the end.
There you go. Cooked. Cooked. Yes. We only add ed at the end for cook. And my dad cooked hamburgers in the yard. After dinner, Lori and I, we have talk. Talk. If we have talk, there you go, Gabby. Talked. Talked. Thank you, Natalie. You're totally correct. We just add ed at the end. talked. And that's another ending sound, like a T. It doesn't sound like ED. Talked. At the end. Talked. Perfect. And we have played. What do we do with play? Do we change that Y for another letter? Do we add just ED? What do we do? Yes. Played. We just add ED to play. It's a regular verb. We don't have to change the Y. Video games. She not stayed. Not stayed. Didn't stay. Yes, Ernesto. She didn't stay. Very late. My mother, we have drive. We have just a D at the end of drive. Is drive regular or irregular?
It's irregular verb.
It's irregular. Drop.
There you go. There you go. Yes. My mother drove her at home at around 10 on Saturday. My whole family, we have visit, 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 visited. Yes, Kimberly.
Busy.
Yes. We just need to add ed at the end of visit. My mother's best friend and her family, they have a swimming pool. So my sister and I, we have go. Go, is it regular or irregular verb?
Irregular.
Regular.
Irregular verb.
Irregular. Yes, irregular because it doesn't follow the rule. So yes, we don't say go. We have ed, right? No, I went swimming all afternoon. We have another one. Yes, Ernesto, Kimberly. I went swimming all afternoon. Tell me about your weekend, Maya. Interesting, right? Interesting. Guys, I really like to see the participation that you're having right now because this is a really important topic and we gotta follow, okay? So if you have any question, now is the time to ask. Now, let me ask you, out of the verbs that we just analyzed, yes, Natalia, just without the W, out of the verbs, practice, the rules that we just performed, is there any question that you may have? Or is it getting clear? Is it getting clear? We need more practice. What do you guys think? I want to listen to you. I want to listen to your comments, guys.
It's clear, teacher.
Okay, thank you. And of course that we're going to get a lot more practice from this because you're not going to get it just at the very beginning, right? We need to practice, practice, practice. We need to do some research as well because we gotta identify what are the regular verbs and irregular verbs. We gotta memorize them basically so you can identify them whenever you're writing or whenever you're doing something related to simple past sentences. And yes, here we have something else. We have a little bit more of practice. Just keep that in mind, guys. There are rules. There are verbs that follows the rules and are regular verbs. And there are other verbs that do not follow the rules, irregular verbs. So we just gotta be ready to identify them, okay? Here we have another exercise and we need someone helping us out reading just the instructions about what are we going to do on this exercise. I need a volunteer. Someone raise your hand, please, and help us out reading just the instructions. We just need the instructions. We need one valiente. One valiente. We have Natalia. Please, Natalia.
Ray is talking about his weekend. Complete the sentence. Then compare with a partner.
Thank you. Just be careful at the very beginning, Natalia. Ray is talking, is talking.
Talking.
Yes. And complete the sentences. Sentences.
Complete the sentence. Sentence.
Sentences.
Sentence.
Sentences.
Sentences.
Yes, remember that we have es at the end. Plural sentences. Thank you. Now, here we have another set of exercises so we can complete using the verbs that we have on parentheses. And I'm going to need someone else helping me out reading the first example, starting on, until, out, on, until, out. Someone else. We have Cecilia. Cecilia, please read it.
On Friday night, I wanted to go out, but to go out.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Just be careful with the pronunciation of this one. Because if we read it as it says wanted, right? Wanted. But it is not. When we're pronouncing this, we can say something like this. On Friday night, I wanted. How do we get that sound? Like there's no T. We do not pronounce the T on this one. I wanted. Wanted. We might understand. Wanted, I wanted. But it sounds a little bit more natural if we say wanted. I wanted to go. I wanted to go. Thank you. Now, here we have the first example. On Friday night, I wanted to go out, but my friends, and we have not called. I need someone that raise his or her hand and give me the answer for that one. Not called. We have Rene Misael. So what would be the answer for that one? But my friends.
But my friend didn't call.
Didn't call. Yes, didn't call. Easy, right? We see not, we automatically know that we don't change the verb, we just add didn't. Amazing. What about the next one? We have decide in parentheses to stay home. So what would be the answer for the next one? Decide. What do we have to do with side? Someone raise your hand, please. We have Jose Antonio. So what do we do with decide? Yes?
I don't know, teacher.
Okay, don't worry. Let's take a look. Decide, it is a regular verb or irregular verb? What do you think?
Regular verb.
It's regular, right? Regular. So if it is a regular verb, what do we have to do?
Decide.
Decided, yes. Since we already have E, we just need to add D. That's it. I decided to stay at home. And we have played as well. What do we do with play? Someone that raised his or her hand and give us the answer for the next one. And we have played. So what do we do with play? Do we leave it as it is? Do we add ed? Do we change y? What do we do with that?
I play ed.
Ed, yes. Yes, there you go. I played the video games. On Saturday, and we once again we have visit. So what do we do with visit?
I visited.
Visited, yes, that's correct. We just need to add ed on that one. I visited my friend Pablo. We
took.
Can you type it on the chat, please? Okay, almost. Yes, Daniela, you got it. Remember, in this case, be careful because took, it is like you're taking something. Took is the past of take. So Daniela Alejandra, send us the past of talk, which is talked, talked. We just need to add ed, ed. Be careful on that one, okay? We talked, and we have a listen in parentheses. What do we do with listen? Do we have ed? Do we add another n? What do we do with listen? Listen. Listen. We have two options right here. One of the options, we add another n and ed, and another one, we just add ed. Raise your hand if you think we have to add another n. Raise your hand if you think we have to add another n and ed. We have 1, we have 2, 3, we have 4, we have 5, 6, we have 7. So do we have add another n? Let me, oh, I lost it. Give me 1 second. Do not lower your hand, guys. We have 1, we have 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Most of you said that we have to add another n. Raise your hand if you think we just keep it as it is and just add ed to listen. Ed. Raise your hand. So we got 7. We got 8. We got 7. Okay. So it's a tie. Most of you are saying that we have to add another n and ed. But no, guys, we just need to add ed. Ed. Just ed, as Kimberly said it. Listen. Ed.
Teacher,
Yes?
I have a question.
Go ahead.
The rule is about a vowel plus
Vowel?
consonant.
Yes.
No, not consonant and vowel.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
And even though you might find another verb that has a vowel and consonant, and we may just add ed, because even though it is a rule, there are a lot of exceptions when it comes to regular and irregular verbs. Yes, I know that. If you will find those verbs, you will say, but the rule says something different. What's going on right here? Exceptions, guys. Exceptions. Tons of exceptions. So do not get frustrated when you come across to those exceptions. Thank you for asking. And we were on listen to music. In the evening, and we have invite. Invite. We already checked that one. So what do we have to do with invite?
Invite, teacher. Invite.
Invited. Yes, invited. We just need to add D at the end. Invited. Great. Some friends over, and we have cook. We have cook. That we checked it already as well. So what do we do with cook? Do we add ed? Do we add another K? Thank you, Gabby. Cooked. Cooked. We just need to add ed. Perfect. Thank you, Ernesto. Thank you, Rene. Amazing. We cooked a great meal. We have not worked. That one's easy.
Didn't work.
I didn't work very hard on Sunday. Yes, I didn't work very hard on Sunday. We don't change anything related to work. We just leave it as it is. we just add didn't. Perfect. And here comes another one. We have I did not study. I did not study.
Didn't study.
Didn't study. Yes. We leave study as it is. We just add didn't. Perfect. I didn't study at all. Um, we do study on weekends, right? So we study English every single weekend, right? Of course that we do. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I didn't study at all. I just, and we have walk. Walk. So with walk, we just need to add, what do we do with walk? Yes, we just need to add ed. I walked. The ending sound of walk, it is walked. It is like a T. It doesn't sound like a D. It sounds like a T. We walked to the mall and shop. Shop. Once again, shop. Famous shop.
Shopping.
Shop. Yes. In this case, yes. The irregular verb, it follows the rule. Well, the verb follows the rule because we need to add, because we have the vowel and the consonant, and it does follow the rule. So yes, another P and ED. We walked to the mall and shopped. Shop. Perfect. As you get to see, guys, we're getting familiar with the verbs and what we have to do with some of them. Even though we might get confused because, as Ernesto was asking, there are some verbs that won't follow the rule. They just don't. It's what it is. But most of them they do, or the ones that are irregular, we're able to identify really easy. And I'm able to see that two of you raise your hand. So is there any question, guys? I see Jose Antonio and Rene Misael as well. Do you guys have any question?
No, teacher.
Okay, right?
Yeah.
Perfect. If it's clear, now let me tell you. Yes, right? We're getting hungry. We need some coffee. So Ernesto is telling us that he doesn't want to take a break. Do you guys agree? So we don't need break? We don't, right?
Raise your hand.
Raise your hand if you don't want break.
I need my coffee, teacher.
I see 4, 6 that they don't want break. Raise your hand if you don't want break. If you don't want break.
Sorry, compañeros.
Okay, guys, you deserve it. You deserve it. So let's go ahead and take our break right now. It is 7:39. Let's say 39. So let's go back at 7:50. Let's go back at 7:50. Okay. Enjoy your break, guys.
Thank you, teacher.
Sure. I'll see you in a bit.
Thank you, teacher.
Enjoy your break.
Aquí no.
Michi,
Yo también me pongo que
¿cómo te la has puesto? Está bonito.
¿Qué una?
Santa, ¿qué? ¿Y dónde tenés?
De lo que me gané allá
Guys, microphone. We can listen to your conversation. Okay, guys, time's up. It's time for us to go back to the class. Thank you, Xiomara. Thank you, Alison. You were eating, right? Thank you, Abby. Thank you, Daniela. Thank you, Natalia. You were eating, Alison. Tell us what you were eating.
I did not.
Okay, okay. And let me ask Eric, what did you do during the break?
I only drink coffee.
Okay, coffee. Necessary. It's necessary. What about you, Ernesto? Did you have tamales again? No? Pupusas? You always have something great, right?
No, I don't have tamales.
Okay, what about you?
Only chamomilla tea.
Oh, just tea? Okay. That's good. That's good. So you will be relaxed during the rest of the class, right? And what about you, Natalia? What did you have during the break?
I drink a tea.
Oh, you as well? Okay. That's cool. And let me ask Xiomara, what did you do during the break?
Milk with coffee and
Okay.
bread.
Okay, that's
Delicious.
great. It sounds really great. And let me ask Marta. Marta is still drinking coffee, I guess. No?
No, I eat cake and milk.
Okay, that's great. That's really great. Well, thank you guys. It's good to see that you're taking advantage of the time and that you're having something to drink or to eat because it is almost 9. Almost, right? But remember, it's Friday. It's Friday, guys. So let's continue. Let's get back to the business. Let's get busy. And here we have the exercise that we just completed. It's completed a couple of minutes ago. But now it's time for us to continue with the part B of this exercise. And this one, it's interesting, really interesting. But before to do that, I need to see your cameras, guys. Cameras on. Gaby, Norma, Cecia, Daniela, Emily, Jose, Diana, Carolina, Norma, Salma, Evelyn. Cameras on, please. Cameras on. Thank you. Now let's continue. Here we have the part B of this exercise. It is related to something similar. I'm going to ask you guys, I need someone helping me out reading the instructions for the part B of this exercise. I need someone that wants to read, someone that wants to read with energy. Like that person already had coffee, so has a lot of energy to read out loud. And that person is Daniela. So Daniela is going to read out loud with energy because she already had coffee. So please read the instructions, Daniela.
Complete the sentences, use your own information, then compare with a partner.
Thank you. So here we have the instructions about what we are going to do. We're going to complete the sentences. We have them already. And we have the verb in parentheses. So we just need to add our own information. So you can say, yesterday I watched a basketball game. Did you do that? No, I didn't. So you can say, yesterday I watched a movie, or yesterday I watched a TV show, something like that, something that you did yesterday. Second example, last night I stayed at home, stayed home. But if you did something different, you can say, last night I stayed at home or I went to a party. You can change it. you need to use your own information on the 5 sentences that we have right there. We need an example, right? So I need someone to help me out giving us an example with any of the 5 examples or the sentences that we have right there. I need someone that says, I want to give an example to the class so we understand what are we going to do. Who's going to be that person? Who's going to be that one? Who is going to give us an example of using the verb in the parentheses and their own information. You're going to use your own information about something that you did yesterday, last night, last week, last month, or last year. Someone. I need someone raising his or her hand to give us an example. Someone? Yes. No? Okay. Let me give you one example then. Yesterday, I watched a movie. Yesterday, I watched a movie. So that's something that I did yesterday, right? So I need to, okay, we have Daniela. Please give us an example, Daniela.
Okay, last week I stayed mother home.
Last week, you stayed. What else did you say? Last week, I stayed.
I stayed mother's home.
You stayed
Mother's
in
home.
another home. Okay. Oh, okay. Thank you. Great example. Do we have someone else that wants to give us an example using another sentence that we have right there? Maybe number 3, number 4, or number 5? Someone? No volunteers? Come on, guys. One volunteer. Just one.
Yesterday I watched news.
I watched the news. Okay. Yesterday, I watched the news. Good. Thank you. We have Kimberly as well.
Last year I visit my relatives.
Okay. Last year, remember, I visited, past, my relatives. Thank you. A really great example. We have another from Ernesto. Yesterday, I read a book. Okay, that's great. So you read a book in one day? That's amazing. Great. Thank you. Great example, Ernesto. Thank you. Do we have another one? So what we're going to do is the following, because I need to see that you're using this, guys. I really need to see that you're understanding this topic and that you know how to create a sentence. All of you are going to type at least one sentence on the chat. I need you guys, all of you, to type one sentence on the chat. Please, I'm going to share the screen one more time, and I need to see, let me see how many we are. We're 2, 5, we're 10, 20, 25, 24. We can say that we're 24. Well, actually we're 27, minus me, 26. So I hope to see 26 sentences, guys. I'm waiting to see 26 sentences on the chat. Each one, it's gotta type one sentence. All of you, Jose, Marta, Salma, Ernesto already did it. But if you want to do it one more time using another example, that would be amazing and more practice for you. Xiomara, Kimberly, Senia, Rene, Eric, Diana, all of you guys need to type one sentence on the chat. Okay? So I'm waiting to see 26 sentences or even more on the chat. But before to do that, let me ask you, I need a favor, guys. Can someone help me out taking a screenshot right now and send it to the WhatsApp group? Can someone take a screenshot and send it to the WhatsApp group? If you want to smile, that would be amazing. Can someone take a screenshot and send it to the WhatsApp group? Yes? No? Okay, I'm getting the answers already. That's great. We have Eric. Yesterday I watched a movie. Just be careful on that one, Eric. Yesterday I watched a movie at the cinema. At. Because we're talking about a specific place. At the cinema. Yesterday I took the lunch. Okay. Thank you, Diana. Last week, last month, I read his scary book. Okay. Yesterday, last month, I visited different cities. Last month, I visited different cities. Okay. Thank you, Fatima. That was great. I'm checking the examples right now. Yesterday, I worked all day. Thank you, Kimberly. I watched the Eras Tour movie. Okay. My favorite movie. Yesterday, I watched my favorite movie. Okay. I visited my friend, my best friend. I visited, I wanted to sleep at 9 o'clock. Yesterday, I went to sleep at 9 o'clock. Thank you, Jose. I went to buy a gift for my father. Thank you, Salma. Last week, I tried. Okay. I visited my parents. I watched a horror movie. Yes. I stayed at my grandmother's house. Nice sentence, Allison. Last year. Jacqueline, we need to add who? For last year, I visited my cousin. We need to add who performed the action. Okay?
Okay.
Last night, I stayed studying at home. Jesus, we need to add ed to the verb. I cleaned my room. Because we're using simple present, we gotta use simple past. I watch TV with my mother. Thank you, Abby. I went to the soccer game with my sister. Thank you, Cecilia. Just be careful with with. Last year, and with my family. Last year, I visited my cousins. Okay. Thank you. And thank you for the sentences, guys. I see that we're getting the information and we know how to use it. Cool. Now, here comes something really interesting. Oh, but before to move on, let me ask you guys, out of the two practice that we just had, out of the examples that we got from our classmates, the information that I gave you, for everything that we just checked so far, let me ask you, do you have any question about the topic? Do you have any question about anything that we just studied right now? Or is it clear? Feel free to ask if you have questions, guys. Is it clear or do you have questions?
Is it clear, teacher?
It's clear. So thumbs up. Yes? Thumbs up? Thumbs up. Like it. Perfect. Let's move on then. And here comes what I was saying before. When it comes to simple past, we gotta be really careful with the pronunciation because we see ed in all of the verbs or most of them, right? But the pronunciation, it's different. it's different because the final sound ed, it might be like t, t, t. At the end, it might be like d, d, or it might be like id, like wanted, wanted, wanted. We don't overpronounce it, or right now we do it just to make emphasis on how it sounds. But when we say it, or when we get familiar, when we use it, we don't overpronounce it. But right now we are going to do that. We're going to overpronounce, exaggerate the sound, so we can get familiar with how to do it. And we have a listening and practice activity. Notice the pronunciation of ED. I'm going to play the recording right now. And please let me know if you can listen to the recording.
Page 93.
Can you?
Yes, teacher, I can hear.
Perfect, thank you. So here we have 6 different examples with different ending sounds. The first 2 with T, the next one with D, and the last one with ID. So please pay close attention on how he pronounced it. So then we can do some practice. And it will get a lot easier for us and a lot understandable for us as well, and for the people that we are speaking with. So pay close attention. Here we go.
Exercise 4. Pronunciation. Simple past ED endings. Part A. Listen and practice. Notice the pronunciation of ED. These verbs end in t. Worked. Watched. These verbs end in d. Cleaned. Stayed. These verbs end in id. Wanted. Visited.
Let's play the recording one more time and then we get some practice. Here we go.
Page 93. Exercise 4. Pronunciation. Simple past ED endings. Part A. Listen and practice. Notice the pronunciation of ED. These verbs end in t. Worked. Watched. These verbs end in d. Cleaned. Stayed. These verbs end in id. Wanted. Visited.
Okay, now we're going to do some practice. On this one, I'm going to need your help, of course, because we're going to repeat the pronunciation. I'm going to play the recording. He's going to say the verb, and then all together, we're going to repeat it, okay? We're going to try to do it as he did it. So, or we are going to try to do it as close as is possible, okay? The first one, it is ending with t, t, t. So here we go.
Page 93. Exercise 4. Pronunciation. Simple past ED endings. Part A. Listen and practice. Notice the pronunciation of ED. These verbs end in t. Worked.
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 Work.
Work.
Okay. Next one.
Watched.
Watch.
What?
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 Yes. Next one.
These verbs end in d. Cleaned.
Cleaned.
Clean.
Clean.
Stayed.
Stay. Do not forget about the final sound or the ending sound. D, d. Next one.
These verbs end in id. Wanted.
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 Next one.
Visited.
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 Perfect. Now, here comes another activity. And for this one, oh, there you go. For this one, we're going to decide if the verbs that we have right there has a T sound at the end, D, or ED at the end. So let me play the recording. And what we're going to do is this. We're going to listen the pronunciation, and we're going to decide, oh, this one goes the first one, this one goes to the second one, or this one goes to the third one, based on what we are listening, okay? So we're going to play the recording, and we're going to decide in which category the verb it should be. Here we go.
Page 93, Exercise 4, Part B. Listen and write these verbs under the correct sounds.
Cooked.
Cooked. In which one it should go? With the T sound, D sound? Let's play it one more time.
T sound.
Page 93, Exercise 4, Part B. Listen and write these verbs under the correct sounds.
Cooked.
Cooked. So,
Cooked.
first one, second one,
sound.
T?
First.
Okay, so
T
T
sound.
sound. Okay,
T
okay.
sound.
Great. Perfect. Let's check the second one.
Decided.
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 Decided. Sound.
Which one?
ID.
This sound.
ID.
Okay, yes, thank you. Next one. Let me see if I can get it back.
Cooked. Decided. Exercised.
Exercise.
Exercise.
Sound. This sound.
D sound. Yes. Next one.
Invited.
Invited. Invited.
Invited.
ID sound.
ID sound.
ID sound. Next one.
Listened.
Listened. Listen. Let's play it once again, that one.
Exercised. Invited. Listened.
Listen. Is
D
D sound
sound.
or D sound?
This sound.
D?
D sound.
D as in Delta or T as in Tango?
Tango.
Okay, Tango.
Okay.
We have Delta, we have Tango. Let's play it once again.
Exercised. Invited.
Invited.
Listened.
Listen.
Listen. Or listened.
This
Listen.
sound.
Listen.
T sound.
T
T
sound.
T sound.
D or T?
T.
T. T. Tomato.
T as in tomato.
Mhm.
Raise your hand
Yes.
if you
Yes,
think
teacher.
that is T as in tango. Raise your hand. We only have 3. We have 4, 5. Out of 28, we only have 5. Okay. So I'm assuming that the rest of you guys believe that it is a D sound as in Delta. Raise your hand. Oh, we got 6, 7. We got 7. Raise your hand if you think that it is a D sound, as in delta. D. A 5. 7 against 5. Okay, so most of you believe that it is T sound, as in tango. Let's listen once again.
Exercised. Invited. Listened.
Listen. Did you hear that? Listen. T sound. Yes, you're totally correct. T as in tango. And let's move to the next one and last one.
Shopped.
Shopped. Shopped. Shopped.
T sound.
T sound.
T sound, right?
ID sound.
ID. Okay. Let's play it once again.
Invited. Listened. Shopped.
T sound.
Is it T? Is it D?
This sound. This sound. D.
D. Raise your hand if you think it is D as in delta. D as in delta. Raise your hand if you think it is D as in delta. We got 3. Oh, we got 2. Okay. Raise your hand if you believe it is T as in tango. Yes, we got more as T as in tango. So yes, guys, T as in tango. Now, one question, guys. With the recording, are you able to identify the ending sound? What I'm asking is, are you able to identify the ending sound? Are you getting familiar on how it sounds? Do you think, are you getting familiar? It's a little bit more understandable now? Or no? Is it a little bit more understandable for you with the recording, with the practice, or it is not? It is still not clear.
Yes, it is clear.
Clear, teacher.
Yes,
Okay.
teacher.
Thank you. That's great. That's great. With practice. Mastery comes with practice. The more we practice, the better. We educate our listening skill. Perfect. Now, before to get a little bit more deeper into grammar, because yes, this class, it will be related to grammar, and grammar. Let me ask you, do we have any question related to the topic, related to the words, related to anything that we just covered? Or are we clear and we can move on? Yes, no, thumbs up, thumbs down, in the middle, up.
Clear.
Okay, that's great. That's really great. Thank you. So for this activity, we have, yes, grammar focus. And here comes something really interesting that we were talking on the previous activities that we were performing a couple of minutes ago, because this one goes, it's related to simple past statements, but with irregular verbs, irregular verbs. We know that what are irregular verbs, right? The ones that do not follow rules. Son rebelde, right? The ones that do not follow rules. Here we have a recording related to some of the irregular verbs that we have right here. And we're going to play the recording. We're going to listen it. We're going to pay close attention to the pronunciation and why are irregular verbs. This is something really common. I mean, we probably already know these words, but we didn't know that they were irregular verbs. So let's play the recording and try to follow the reading, guys. Try to follow the reading.
Page 94. Exercise 5. Grammar focus. Simple past statements. Irregular verbs.
I did my homework. I didn't do the laundry.
You got up at noon. You didn't get up at 8 o'clock.
She went to the bookstore. She didn't go to the library.
We met our classmates. We didn't meet our teacher.
You came home late. You didn't come home early.
They had a barbecue. They didn't have a picnic.
Once again, let's follow the reading. Try to repeat what they are saying, but with your microphone off. Once again, here we go.
Page 94. Exercise 5. Grammar focus. Simple past statements. Irregular verbs.
I did my homework. I didn't do the laundry.
You got up at noon. You didn't get up at 8 o'clock.
She went to the bookstore. She didn't go to the library.
We met our classmates. We didn't meet our teacher.
You came home late. You didn't come home early.
They had a barbecue. They didn't have a picnic.
Okay, perfect. So let's do the following. Now that we already listened to the recording twice, we follow the reading. It is time for us to get some practice. First of all, at this time, so far, we already checked what are the irregular verbs that we have there. Do, we have get, we have go, we have meet, we have come, we have. Irregulars, because they do not follow the rules, we don't add ed to them. We need to change it in a different way. For example, do, did, get, got, go, went, meet, met, come, came, have, had. They do not follow the rules that we studied already. So let's do some practice. Let's read the sentences that we have right here, and we're going to do it in two different ways. First of all, I want to listen to you reading this, guys. So I'm going to ask 6 volunteers to help me out reading the sentences that we have here, and then we're going to do it as a class. So guys, please try to participate. So with the first one, Eric, can you please help us with the first one?
Okay. I did my homework and I didn't do the laundry.
Thank you. I did my homework. Homework. Just be careful with that one. Homework. What about number 2? Do we have another volunteer for number 2? Let me see. We have Jacqueline. Can you please read number 2?
You got up at noon. You didn't get up at 8.
Thank you. And guys, please pay close attention to this one, because on the recording, and as she did it as well, got up, there are two different words. But as you remember, if we have a consonant and a vowel, we have to join the sound. It sounds better. It sounds natural. You got up, got up, got up at noon. You got up at noon. You didn't get up, get up. We're joining, we're linking the sounds. Thank you. Well done. What about number 3? Let me ask number 3 to Natalia. Can you please read number 3?
He went to the bookstore. He didn't go to the library.
Nice reading. Thank you. What about number 4? Let me ask Daniela. Number 4.
You came home late. You didn't come home early.
Okay, thank you. What about this one? Can you, Jose, help me with this one?
The fourth.
Yes, please.
Okay. We meet our classmate. We didn't meet our teacher.
Okay, thank you. Be careful with that one because it is we met our classmates. Past. We didn't meet our teacher. Met, meet.
Met. We met our classmate.
Yes, thank you. And what about the last one? Last one. Xiomara, can you please read the last one? This one right here.
They had a barbecue. They didn't have a picnic.
Okay, thank you. So here, guys, we're able to see some of the irregular verbs. Now let's do some practice all together. So I'm going to read it and then you're going to repeat it, okay? I did my homework.
I did my homework.
I did my homework.
I did my home.
I did my homework.
Okay. I didn't do the laundry.
I didn't do the
I
laundry.
didn't do the laundry.
I didn't do the laundry.
Perfect. Next one. You got up at noon.
You got up
You
I
at
got up
you
at
get up
noon.
at noon.
No,
Thank you. You didn't get up at 8.
You
You
didn't get up
didn't get up at
You didn't
8.
get up at
Hey,
age.
Okay. And I want you to notice something, guys. When you link the sounds, the person that is listening to you, you might sound like you're speaking not fast, but like you're speaking fluently, like with fluency, because it sounds like in a proper way. You got up at noon. You didn't get up at 8. Get up. Got up. It sounds better. Next one. She went to the bookstore.
She went to the bookstore.
She went to the bookstore.
Okay. She didn't go to the library.
She didn't go
She
to the
didn't
library.
go to the library.
Okay. Next one. We met our classmates.
We met our
We met
classmates.
our
our
classmates.
classmates.
Met my classmate.
Yes. We didn't meet our teacher.
We
We
didn't.
We
We
didn't
didn't
meet
meet
our
our teacher.
teacher.
Yes. You came home late.
You
You
came
You
came.
home
came home
late.
late.
You didn't come home early.
You
You
didn't
You
come
You
didn't.
didn't
come
come
home
home
early.
early.
They had a barbecue.
They
They
had
They
a
had
had a
barbecue.
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 They didn't have a picnic.
They
They
didn't
didn't
had
have
a
They had a picnic.
Thank you. Perfect. So now it is time for us to get a little bit more deeper into the irregular verbs because there are, well, actually there is a lot of information related to irregular verbs. So let's pay attention, guys, so we can follow. One second. Here we have it. And for this one, we have here simple past. Oh, give me one second. Yes, this is the one. Okay. I need someone helping me out reading the rule that we have right here. This one. I need someone to read that part. Thank you, Natalia. Please.
Use the plus base form in question. The form doesn't change. Did you have fun yesterday? Not did you have fun yesterday?
Thank you. And really nice reading. Thank you. So guys, as you can see, the rules are basically the same in this particular case, because if we're using did plus base form in question, the form doesn't change. It means the verb doesn't change. We don't have to change it to past. And here we have the example. Did you have fun yesterday? So if we're using did, we assume already, and we already know that the verb, we gotta keep it in its base form. It means simple present form. We don't change anything to that one because we're using did. The same thing that happened with didn't, right? Whenever we're using didn't, the verb remains the same. In questions, it happens exactly the same thing. And here we have what we don't have to do. We don't have to say, did you have fun yesterday? Once again, that's redundancy because did is past, had is past. Is not grammatically correct. And if you write that sentence, or if you say that to someone, that person maybe might understand you, but it will sound like really, really weird. So no, it is not grammatically correct. If we are using did, the verb remains on its base form. And here we have some practice so we can check if we understand this particular exercise. Now, I've been speaking a lot, so guess what? I'm going to give you some time so you can go ahead and complete this exercise. How are we going to do it? We're going to do it on groups. Yes, on groups. I'm going to divide you into different groups, guys, so you can complete this exercise. What are we going to do? Here we have the first example. Can someone help me out reading just letter A? Letter A, just this. Letter A. I need a volunteer. I need another valiente.
Me,
Someone that
teacher.
says, okay, please go.
Did you enjoy your vacation?
Thank you. So as you can see, since it's a question, the only thing that we're adding is did, and in parentheses, we have the verb enjoy. Since we are using already did, we don't have to change anything to the verb. We use it in its base form. What about the next one? On the next one, here, on the letter B, since we are getting a question, we gotta give an answer, of course, right? Did you enjoy your vacation? The answer, it's gotta be, yes, I did, or no, I didn't. But since we are able to read the context and he's saying yes, we assume that the answer, it is yes, I
did.
I did. Yes. Yes. That's why it is important to read the context because the context gives us the answer. So did you enjoy your vacation? Yes, I did. My brother and I, and I'm not going to give you that answer because that one, it's going to be on you. So it is going to be just a couple of verbs that we gotta use. We gotta be really careful, read the context, and complete this exercise. So we're going to have just 7 minutes in order to do this. I'm going to create the breakout rooms. And if you have any question, guys, please feel free to ask. So give me just 1 second. We are 26.
¿Qué número de página es?
Let me check 1 second. It is 145. 145. So instructions are clear, guys. What are we going to do? Yes? No? Okay, guys, so we're back. We're back here in the main room, ready to share our answers. I was able to visit you guys in the different breakout rooms, and I'm really glad. I'm really glad to see that you were putting into practice the knowledge that we got, and that you got the really, really good answers. So I'm excited to see what you have to share. I'm going to share my screen one more time, and I'm going to ask you to help me out with the answers, okay? So the first one, it was an example, of course. Did you enjoy your vacation? And I gave you the first one. Yes, I did. My brother and I. What would be the answer for that one? My brother and I
Have.
Have.
had, past, right?
Have.
Had a great time. Yes. What about the next one? Letter A.
Did you?
Did
Did
you
you
Did you
make
Make.
did you make
make?
any videos?
Yes. Why? Because we're using did. And if we're using did, the
Pues,
verb remains on its base form, right? So did you make any videos? No, we
Didn't.
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 Yes, we didn't. But we,
Talk.
Cook.
oh, yes, a lot of pictures. And here's comes something important, guys, because with some of you, I was able to notice that since you were using did right here, you wanted to use the verb on its base form on the next one. But be careful, because here we have punctuation. It means that no, we didn't, and we have punctuation. It means that that's one sentence. Starting from but, we start with another sentence. So even though we're using did on the previous one, on this one, that's another business. That's another thing. So yes, we gotta use the verb in past, but we took a lot of pictures. Amazing. What about next one? Letter A. That's good.
Did you
Did you?
Did you
see a lot of
Did you saw a lot of interesting things?
did
Did
you
you
see
saw? Did you
did
see?
you see
Did you saw?
did you see
Did you see
No.
a lot of
did
interesting
you
things?
see
Did you see? Because
Okay.
it's a question.
it
Pay close attention to this, guys, because this might be confusing. And it's the example that I was giving you before with letter B. On this one, it's different because if we say, did you, there's no punctuation here, right? And actually, if we see right here, there's a question mark. So it means that it's one sentence. So it is a question. Did you see? Because we're using did. So we gotta keep the verb on its base form. Did you see a lot of interesting things? There's no punctuation, there's a question mark, and we're using did. So yes, we gotta keep it on its base form. Did you see a lot of interesting things? So that's the right answer. Did and see. What about next one? Letter B. Yes, we.
yes
Did
we
Did.
Did.
didn't?
Yes, we did. Correct. And we.
Ate.
Ate.
We
Hey,
ate a lot of new food.
That's correct. Once again, one sentence. Yes, we did. We have punctuation here. Another sentence starts right here. And we ate a lot of new foods. How about you? Next one.
how
How
you
about you?
have
did
Did
you
you?
Had.
Did you have?
Hmm?
Did
I
you
really
have?
like about.
You
Mhm.
have.
Okay.
Did you?
Okay, thank you. What I like about this question, guys, is that some of you were going like one step forward. You were thinking ahead. You were thinking, but if I only live it like half, you, a good summer makes no sense. So you were thinking what I have to add in order for this question to make sense. It is a question, so I have to add did. And most of you were doing that. Did. Did you have a good summer? Did you have? Because it is a question. It is a question. Yes. Did you have a good summer?
Yeah.
So thank you guys for the ones that were doing that. That was really great. That was really great. What about next one? Letter A. Well, I
didn't.
Didn't go.
Didn't
Where?
go
I
anywhere.
didn't go.
Didn't go.
Yes, didn't go because we're able to see that we have not. So we gotta use didn't. And go, it remains on its base form. I didn't go anywhere. Perfect. What about next one? But I
I
read.
read a lot of good
I
books.
read.
A lot of
I read.
Yes, it's a irregular verb.
Mhm.
Read
I
is
read.
read.
I read.
Read.
Yes, I read. We don't change anything, but just the
Read.
pronunciation. I read. I read a lot of good books. Yes. And
So,
So,
So, some
Great
great movies.
saw some great movies. Yes, that's correct. So as you can see, guys, you were getting basically all good answers because of the practice, because you were paying attention, and because we were practicing a lot with this one. So thank you, guys. Thank you for that and for getting really good answers on this one. Let's go back here. And we were practicing this. Now, we still have some minutes. So here we're going to complete this one, and this one will be our final activity for today's class. Okay? Complete the chart, then listen and check. As you can see here, we have different verbs, but we have we already have them in past. So we gotta take notes of the verbs in present. We're going to play the recording and you're going to take notes, but you're going to do it on the chat, okay? So I'm going to play the recording and you're going to send the verb on its present form, okay? We have it on past already right here. On past, we gotta type the present form of the verb, and we're going to type this on the chat. Is it clear? What are we going to do? Play the recording, listen to the verb, type the answer or the verb on its present form on the chat. Is it clear what we're going to do?
Yes, teacher. Is it clear?
Yes, teacher.
yes, teacher.
Perfect. So let's play the recording. Let me know if you can listen to the recording.
Page 94.
Can you?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, teacher.
Okay.
Yes.
So I'm going to play the recording and I'm going to stop after that he pronounced the verb on its present form.
Exercise 5. Part A. Complete the chart. Then listen and check.
Buy. Bought.
We have the first one. Buy. Bought. Yes. Let's go with the second one.
Eat. Ate.
We have eat. Ate. Yes. Next one.
Feel. Felt.
Feel. Felt. Yes, you got it right. Next one.
Make. Made.
Make. Made. There you go. Next one.
Read. Read.
Read. Red. Red, not like the color, right? Not like the color red. Let me see. Yeah, it's basically the same thing, right? Oh, so right? Read. Red. It's basically this. Oh, you're typing the next one, right? So you're going one step further. I like that. I like that proactivity. Well done, Natalia. Let's move with the next one.
Ride. Road.
Ride. Road.
Right road.
Check. Yes, you got it. Next one.
See. Saw.
See. Saw. Yes. See. Next one.
Sit. Sat.
Sit. Sat. Sit. Sat. Next one.
Take. Took.
Take. Took. Take. Yes, you got it right. You got it right. So finally, we're going to do some practice with these verbs. We're going to repeat it on its present and or on its past form. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and say it first. Then you're going to repeat it. The first one, it is going to be buy, bought. Come on, guys. Buy.
Bye.
Eat.
Eat.
Feel. Felt. Make. Made. Read. Read. Write. Wrote. See. Saw. Sit. Sat. Take. Took. Perfect. Thank you. Now, guys, can you please do me a favor and can someone take a screenshot right now, all of us, and send it to the WhatsApp group? I'm not working on my main PC, so that's why I cannot do it myself. So can someone take a screenshot and send it to the WhatsApp group? Can someone do me that favor? Yes? No? Then let me take a picture then. Smile, guys, smile. Cool. Now, that being said, it is time for us to do the attendance. So let me get the list. Let me get the attendance list really quick. I'm going to take it this way because I cannot find it right now. So I'll do it myself. There you go. Okay, so the attendance, I'll do it myself because I'm not on my computer, as I mentioned before. I'm going to do it myself. So I'm going to let you go right now. But before to do that, guys, let me ask you, last time for this week, is there any question? Is there something that is not clear that you want me to go back? Or any question, anything in general, any comment that you want to share? I don't know, a gift that you want to give to the teacher? I don't know, something? No? No comments? No questions?
Teacher,
Yes?
excellent class.
Oh, thank you. So, if there are no more questions, guys, I'm going to let you go and I'll see you on Monday. Monday at 6 p.m. Okay? Thumbs up for all of you. Great participation, guys. Keep it that
Thank
way.
you, teacher. Good night.
I really hope.
Thanks,
Good
teacher.
night,
Good
teacher.
night.
Good night,
Have a
guys.
great weekend. Have a great
Thank
weekend.
you, teacher.
Good
Thank you,
night.
teacher.
Good
Good
night.
night.
Good night, teacher.
Bye-bye.